Under the office of the opposition leader, I assembled a COVID-19 advisory group of distinguished medical and data science experts and instructed them to prepare a comprehensive and objective review of the government's pandemic policies. We are very concerned about the dramatic rise in COVID-19 cases and reports that the healthcare system is reaching its capacity to combat COVID-19 in some parts of the country. The sudden increase in cases suggests that PN government's pandemic response, particularly under the emergency, has been a complete failure. We are concerned that the continued implementation of poorly designed and executed MCO policies will lead to more cases, more unnecessary death, and more misery for Malaysians, especially the B40 who have borne the brunt of the pandemic's effects. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, which is often attributed to Albert Einstein. Now, the government's policy decisions could have and should have been debated in Parliament. While PN claimed that suspending Parliament is necessary so the government can focus on fighting the pandemic, the Prime Minister's arrogance has proven the contrary. The absence of accountability, transparency, and collaborative thinking is directly responsible for the failed policy decisions leading us into the dark days the country now faces. We have seen more than 3,000 cases for several days, and the active cases have surpassed 30,000. Experts are predicting that cases can increase to 6 to 10,000 per day. ICU capacity in Klang Valley is nearly exhausted. The risk to Malaysians living in urban areas is now very high. With the vaccination program operating at a snail's pace, there is a pressing need to review and revise the government's approach. This morning, the advisory group briefed me on its initial findings, which it will present to the bipartisan committee on the emergency tomorrow. This analysis drew from well-respected public data sources, including Johns Hopkins University, Imperial College, University of Oxford, Apple, and Google. The advisory group informed me, however, it was unable to access data from local sources because KKM, the Ministry of Health, refuses to share anonymized granular data about the pandemic. This lack of transparency is a major obstacle preventing local experts from understanding and confronting the pandemic effectively. As I said earlier, the government is hogging the vaccine procurement process. The government is likewise hogging data about the pandemic and preventing anyone outside a small group to conduct analysis. In other words, we were able to see the problems, but our hands are tied behind our back in trying to develop solutions. Nevertheless, we have a clear idea of what needs to be done going forward. Our hope is that the government will take heed of reasonable recommendations in the interest of protecting all Malaysians from the pandemic and from oppressive and ineffective policies that decimate livelihoods and mental and physical well-being. The report includes a data-driven assessment of the Malaysian government's handling of the pandemic, as well as actionable recommendations on how Malaysia can succeed in containing the pandemic and simultaneously reopening sectors of the economy safely. I would like to highlight a few points which illustrate the need to relook at our approach. Failure of the MCO. Malaysia has imposed one of the strictest lockdown regimes in the world. Despite this, as you can see by the red line, Malaysia's COVID-19 cases are increasing compared to other countries where less stringent social distancing measures are tied to a decline in total cases. In other words, the MCO, as it has been implemented, does not effectively reduce the total number of cases. The measures have not been effective in achieving the desired result. Secondly, the advisory group analyzed all the social distancing measures that have been announced by countries all over the world since the pandemic began. These measures include closing schools, shelter in place, restrictions on gathering, closing public transport, restriction on interstate and district travel. Malaysia has experimented with all these measures. Still, cases continue to increase. We must ask the question, why? What are we missing? If the policies are not working, then we must adapt. Political intervention, as you have seen, has had no impact on pandemic. There is one intervention that only Malaysia has tried. That is the political intervention of an emergency declaration. Yet, since the imposition of the emergency, there is no evidence in the data to suggest that the government is doing anything different in its pandemic response. The MCO measures are largely the same as before. Testing patterns are largely the same. And for the most part, the behavior and movements of the people are mostly the same. It's business as usual. Of course, the emergency has prevented the salient issues from being exposed and debated in Parliament so that better policies can be introduced. Given the spread of COVID variants around the world, we must be honest with ourselves. The pandemic will persist for the foreseeable future. Herd immunity is possible in Malaysia, but not likely until the middle of 2022. And this forecast assumes a flawless ramp-up in vaccinations to at least 500,000 doses per week. Even still, the medical experts are now suggesting that the third booster shot may be required. New COVID variants may further complicate the issue. In the meantime, we will continue to face infections in Malaysia which we must manage better. As cases rise, we cannot afford to shut the economy, nor can we allow thousands of Malaysians to suffer needlessly due to the limited capacity of the healthcare system. An entire generation of students could be lost unless we have a rock-solid plan to keep schools open safely. I believe this is possible, but we must adopt a new approach. I therefore would like to reiterate and insist the PN government accept the following recommendations immediately. 1. Vast improve data sharing, including making MySejahtera application data as well as COVID-19 health data available in anonymized format. 2. Bring subject matter experts into the room and listen to the creative suggestions for pandemic management. 3. Develop targeted, nuanced lockdown strategies instead of ramming a one-size-fits-all approach into every economic sector, every school, and every neighborhood. Number 4. End the emergency and resume Parliament. The country desperately needs greater accountability and transparency. Our advisory team, comprising of Dr. Wan Hasni, Dr. Azhar, Dr. Fahmi Ngah, Dr. Rahim Gaus, Dr. Salmi, Wabi Wong Chen, Dr. Hilmi of Public Health, and Dr. Azman Hussein has made progress in devising a better way forward and is prepared to share all of its work, analysis, and source code with the relevant agencies. Thank you.